It's first pitch, and today, the first day we've ever had Rob Veno with us. Rob from sportsmemo.com. Drew Martin with his baby blues, matching everything, hat to eyes to shirt, from sportsmemo.com. And I'm the Prez, and well, I'm just getting old. Wow, you guys look good. I had no idea what a pair of glasses could do.
I'll take credit. I'll take that, certainly.
Rob Veno, welcome, my friend. About time you get on our show. We'll hope to have you on a little bit more, but I'll decide after because maybe you suck. Who knows? I mean, Drew doesn't suck. Drew's mediocre at best, but he doesn't suck.
Well, thank you, Prez. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be on with you. And I can tell Robbie Veno from doing many podcasts with him at Sports Memo, he definitely doesn't suck. He knows his knowledge. He knows his sports betting knowledge as good as anybody.
Yeah, and an awesome handicapper. A great month last month. But I'm feeling good, guys. I want to start the show quickly by lamenting what I consider to be one of the worst betting losses I maybe have ever had. I can't actually recall a worse betting loss. And then we're going to go through the night games in baseball. I also have a promo to give out for Rob and Drew. Obviously, you have a promo. But first, listen, Drew, I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Indiana Pacers game last night.
I saw your tweet about it.
But I want you listeners to just imagine you're down by 3 points with 8 seconds to go in the game. 8 seconds, down by 3, and you have the ball. Find me a scenario. Lay out what could possibly happen for you to not cover 7.5. You have the ball, you're down by 3. So you're shooting for overtime, so you're not going to hurry the shot. But let's just assume you had a brain cramp and you hurried the shot. And it took you, say, 2 seconds. So now you missed the shot, you're down by 3, there's now 6 seconds left. They inbound the ball, you foul, that takes 2 seconds, you're down to 4. They plop 2 in, 3 goes to 5. 3 seconds on the clock, call it 4. You throw the ball in, you hurl it up, you miss, we're down to 2 seconds. They throw it in, you foul, they get up, they hit both, you're now at 7. What possible scenario can get you to 8?
I don't have it. I don't know.
I mean, you're looking at a .0, a runner, perfect in poker. You're holding the 8 and 9, and the flop comes 7 ace king, and a guy goes all in, and you have a brain cramp and call and hit the 5 and 6. That is a greater chance than the Indiana game going to 8. There is no, we're talking about point something. I mean, Drew growing hair on this show has got more likelihood. Okay, I'm done.
Brad, you just got to move on, man.
It was a 5% play, too. Okay. You guys don't even want to go there. You're just like, let's talk baseball.
We feel your pain, Prez.
Yeah, and I get it, dude. I mean, look, I had a win about 12 years ago or something where San Fran in NFL football, they wanted to take the knee. And somehow the running back stumbled and then everything parted and he decided to walk into the end zone. And I won that game. That's probably the only game that stands out that pays back this idiotic Indiana game. And that was 12 years ago, so who gives a shit? Okay, boys, let's get into promos and get on with the show. Drew, you go first.
Promo Drew 59, get you 7-day all access baseball here for just $59. That's DREW59, Drew 59 at checkout, and it's normally 119, so great discount there, $60 off. Drew 59 at checkout.
So, Rob, Drew is $59 for the next 7 days using that promo code. I have a promo for you, and you're $69. $10 more than Drew. I think it's reflective of your age and your wisdom. Use the promo code VENO, that's not the wine, VENO, VENO over at sportsmemo.com. $69 for the next 7 days of Rob Veno's plays. Guys, we're going to take apart every game on the board in baseball that starts after 6 o'clock. And I'll go to you, Rob, first. New York Yankees hosting Kansas City. And, well, we see this every day. 75% of the general public are on the Yankees. They're all, if that's been the case so far this year, they're down 10 units of money already. And we did the math last year. You would have lost your house betting the Yankees last year, and they had a monster winning season. Tonight they're minus 210. I don't understand how 75% of the betting public can be betting a minus 210. The over and under is 9. I understand Kansas City sucks, but they have won 4 of their last 6 games, including beating the White Sox last night. And the Yanks just came off of a mini series with Boston, so it is normally a bit of a soft spot in the scheduling. I'm going to lay off this game outright. Rob, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Yanks are the better team, even as injured as they are, Prez. I think Domingo Germán has a lot to do with the price. And not that I'm in the business of laying 210. I won't be there with that. But for Germán, he hasn't given up an extra base hit all season long. Now, all season long makes it sound like a lot more than it is.
Yeah.
11 innings pitched. It's 2 games. But still, no extra base hits allowed by him. I have a little bit of concern with the KC bullpen. Top 4 arms yesterday in that extra inning game all had to throw 19-plus pitches. More than innings pitched, Prez, I'm a pitch count guy, been that way for a long time now, started handicapping bullpens late 90s. But 20 pitches is usually the cutoff to where if you're going to come back on back-to-back days, you question the effectiveness with especially middle relievers, not necessarily a closer. And then, of course, if you have some situations like 3 and 4 days, 4 and 5 days, you want to stay away from those teams. So understanding that the Yankee lineup isn't what it was, projected to be to start the season, still think they're the better side. KC's got a little bit of travel here. Like you said, off of the Red Sox series, in football, we would be talking about this a lot.
Right.
It would be a down situation. But in baseball, not necessarily the case. I won't be on the game either way, side or total, but I can see a little bit of a reason behind the starting pitching and the bullpen angles to back the Yanks.
Drew, any quick thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I'm very surprised by the money on the Yankees at this high price. I mean, Rob brings up some good points about the bullpen. They used a lot of arms just in the last couple days here. But I'm actually kind of positive on Homer Bailey, and I know I'm in the minority on that. It's just last time out, he had a good stat line. 7 innings pitched, only 2 walks, which has been his kind of kryptonite in the past. He's really only given up 2 walks in every start this season. He did get touched up for 7 earned runs just 2 starts ago. But I think there's actually a little bit of value if you're a big dog player into kind of taking the other route to this, being a contrarian better and looking at the Royals at a big plus price here.
Guys, we talk a lot about minus 210, minus 178, minus 300 when Baumgartner, Kirshner, or whatever, Clayton is on the mound. And it's a losing proposition. If you do it night in and night out, you're going to lose money. Conversely, we're looking at this Baltimore-Tampa Bay game. Baltimore is 7-12 on the season. That's a -5 on the win-loss column. And yet, they are up money for their customers. If you've bet Baltimore every game so far this season, you're up 3 units. And that just shows you can't be betting the better teams blind. And here we have another situation where we've got a minus 250 to 270 favorite in Tampa Bay. 61% of the money is coming in on Tampa Bay right now, which I find crazy. And the bottom line is, with Baltimore, I think they're going to be a bit of a scary team to bet against on a regular basis if you're taking teams at minus 200, because they are bad. But they can roll out a lineup that can put some runs on the board. We saw that, and it's not something they're going to do often. They put up 1 against Tampa Bay. They put up 2 against Tampa Bay the game before that, but then they put up an 8 spot against Boston. 5 games ago, they put up a 9 spot against Boston. This Baltimore team can score. The over and under is 8.5. I don't know what to do in this game either. It's just a pass, Drew.
Yeah, Prez, I thought you brought up some great points, man, about this Orioles team and the fact that they are in the positive. And also, if you're going to look to bet north of $2, I mean, Wood, he does have a promising, I have read some promising articles about him, except he just doesn't have a lot of stats at the major league level.
4 innings pitched.
Exactly. So you're going to lay over $2 with this guy against, I don't see it. I don't buy it. There's no way I would lay this huge number with Tampa Bay, especially in Tropicana Field. We all know, it's amazing that place is hosting a Major League Baseball team. So I'm with you, man. If I'm playing this game, it's Baltimore, but I don't have a bet on it.
Rob Veno, any thoughts here?
Yeah, I'd bring up the other side of what Drew just said, and you're not necessarily laying that price with Hunter Wood. The guy's going to throw an inning. He's going to turn the ball over to Ryan Yarbrough. It's one of those opener situations with Tampa like they usually do. They did it last night. In that case, they used up a couple of their better guys. They used up Chirinos. They used up Wilmer Font, but they still have Yarbrough to take up the bulk of the innings tonight. And then Alvarado. Of course, everybody knows Alvarado from that wild screwball-looking like pitch at 99 miles an hour right now. I'll say this, guys, for those seeing me for the first time or hearing me for the first time, in Major League Baseball, I'm predominantly a run line player. I don't like to lay the price. I'd much rather cut the price down, turn favorites into dogs. However, last year, Tampa Bay would not have been a good choice in those types of scenarios. And for those who just want to learn a little bit about run line betting, very simply, go to standings, ESPN or anywhere where you can get extended standings, and look at how many one-run games a team is involved in. This year, Tampa Bay, unlike last year, they've got 18 games played. They've been involved in one-run game, 0.56%. Now, 18 games, small sample size, we get it. But it shows you that they turned a little bit of the page here. The offense is better. The pitching has been great. I was successful with them on the run line the last couple nights in a row. Don't know that I would get there here. But, like I say, just to bring up the opposite side of the coin here, Tampa Bay much better on offense. You're not betting the starting pitcher here. By the way, Hunter Wood is a Tim Lincecum look-like. He's about 6'1", $165 with hair like Lincecum had when he was with the Giants. We'll see what he does, but I think you're betting more on Yarbrough here, who's been really good in these situations. And Tampa Bay at home with that offense has been pretty good. So we'll see what happens. A game I'll probably lay off of, though.
He's Rob Veno. The other guy is Drew Martin. You can find them both every day. You're the other guy. Hey, listen, there's probably a lot of married women out there that want to call you the other guy.
Hey, Prez, I just want to give a shout out to Robbie Veno. That's a great point. And I didn't spend enough time on this game because I just saw minus 200 that Wood is just, the first inning pitcher, and good breakdown of who's going to be coming in after that, Robbie. That's hats off to you.
I know this new
making great points, Drew.
This new strategy by Tampa Bay is going to be fun to watch. Guys, head over to sportsmemo.com. Check out both these guys. Use the promo code VENO, VENO, $69. for 7 days of Rob, or $59 for 7 days of Drew. Use the promo code DREW59. Here's a good game, a nice tight line, and we'll go to you first, Rob. Milwaukee hosting the Dodgers. Dodgers are 12-8 on the season. Milwaukee 12-7. Both teams are making you money, very small amount, only 0.91 for the Dodgers. It's basically a pick'em game. You've got the home team at -105 in Milwaukee. The Dodgers are -118. It's a big total at 9.5, and especially a big total for a Dodgers game. They aren't a team that is going to light it up on the scoreboard, and we saw that. They just beat Cincinnati 3-2. They have won 4 games in a row, which is really good. And Milwaukee, they just lost 6-3 to St. Louis. Davies versus Urias, and neither pitchers. Look, Davies' ERA in 17 innings pitched, 1.53. That's outstanding. But his whip is 1.30. And if you go even deeper into his numbers, that 1.53 ERA is phony. With that said, I like the under in this game. Rob?
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup because Urias has all the talent in the world, and so far it hasn't panned out in 3 starts for the Dodgers this year, although his statistical line overall is a little bit skewed with a very bad start. Otherwise, 2 pretty decent starts. I think the pitching matchup, like you indicated, Prez, is probably even. A big addition for Milwaukee yesterday when Jeremy Jeffers got back into that bullpen, which has been really carried by Josh Hader. Jeffers got a little bit of action yesterday, available tonight. The bullpen becomes deeper. Not that Davies has needed it much because he's gotten through at least 5 2/3 and as high as 7 innings in his start so far this season. He's pretty economical with his pitches. But you worry about the Dodger lineup, which just crushes right-handed pitching at this point in time. Really, they crush any type of pitching. And that's without Cody Bellinger and Justin Turner the last few days. You'll get Bellinger back. Turner, we don't know. Bullpen-wise, like I say, Milwaukee in a little better shape. It's a rematch of a series last week where Milwaukee won 2 of 3 in L.A. These teams played for the NLCS last year. They're pretty evenly matched, and it's hard to make a judgment on this particular game. I would agree with the point you made, Prez, that I think Zach Davies is more hittable than his line indicates. Dodger lineup's been a little bit more patient this year with the change in batting coaches. No more launch angle preached by Turner Ward. They're a better hitting team. Cody Bellinger is the best example of that. So we'll see. Again, a game I'm probably not too interested in. I think if you're looking series-wise here, Milwaukee's starting rotation could be in a little bit of trouble because Freddie Peralta went on the IL. Got to replace a guy. Maybe the bullpen gets taxed. I think there might be better games in this series to bet down the road than this one.
Drew, any thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I'll actually kind of take the other side to both of you guys. I like Milwaukee here at home. Competitively.
Well, I didn't like the Dodgers.
Who did you like?
I liked under.
Yeah, but you gave a lot of props to the Dodgers side.
No, I just said be careful on his pitcher. His numbers are way worse than a 1.5 ERA.
Well, his last 3 starts against the Dodgers, he's done pretty well as well. So against this lineup, he's Davies has kind of controlled him. 20 innings pitched, 3 wins, all 3 wins. Also, Milwaukee 20-7 off of a loss, so that helps him here too. Urias, you guys spoke on it, but I'll tell you this: his last 8 2/3 innings, he's given up 9 runs, so he's not pitching in very good form right now. Milwaukee, like Robbie talked about, just faced them, and they hit Urias around, man. 6 runs, 2 home runs. That was in LA. Now he's having to go on the road against the Milwaukee lineup that I think is very good. Robbie talked about in the playoffs last year. He's looking for a little revenge there, and this could be a playoff preview this year. These are 2 of the best teams, in the NL Central and in the NL West. So I like Milwaukee here at home, and I think I would look for Davies and his success against this lineup. And on the other side of that, Urias not having success against Milwaukee of recent, and I put that in my back pocket in a pretty much a pick 'em price here on the Brewers.
Drew Martin, Rob Veno. I'm the Prez. First pitch every day, Monday to Friday at WagerTalk TV, at a YouTube channel, as well as at sportsmemo.com and wagertalk.com. The Rockies finally putting a little run together. They've won their last 3 games, and they won them handily, 8-2, 5-2, and 4-0. They're down big money on the season for us bettors. -6 units already. It's a tight game. I mean, look, Philadelphia, -110 on the road in this spot. The over and under is 11. And this is a game that reminds me of what I was talking about yesterday, or the day before. I think it was with Teddy. It was with Teddy a couple of days ago on First Pitch. And that is, a lot of people overthink these baseball matchups. They're looking deep into the numbers. They're checking the umpires. They're looking at how the wind is blowing, etc., etc. Where sometimes in a 162-game season, the better team is just the better team. And here we have a situation where these two teams are light years apart. Philadelphia is going to put together a good season where they might have a chance to make the playoffs. And Colorado is just a bad team all around. Not offensively, especially at Coors, but just a bad team all around. And we're getting a short price on Philly at -115. I don't know how you can't take that in this spot. I get Freeland, not very good pitcher right now. Effin, also 4 ERA, but I go to you, Drew, first. This is just one of those, don't overthink it and take the better team at a pick'em price.
It also could be one of those where the line's telling you something. This Colorado team, they lost 12 of 13, 8 in a row after their 2-0 start, but has since won 3 in a row. So they might have found something here, and it might be a buy low opportunity on Colorado. It might be what the odds makers are showing us here in the early market trading. They are still 0-5 at Coors with all their home games coming in that terrible streak that they had. But with 3 in a row here, and like you said, Prez, offensively, they're not bad. We know they have talent on that side of the ball. So if Freeland can, give a decent start here at a small plus price, Colorado, I think, is worth a look at home. However, you touched on it. Philadelphia is a good team, great lineup. They should be able to put up some points tonight. So it's likely one that I don't touch at all tonight.
Rob, what do you think in this game?
Yeah, I think you made a great point about overthinking baseball bets. I find them to be my longest handicaps of the day because there's too many numbers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sometimes I have to smack myself in the side of the head and say, it can be a simpleton process at times. You don't have to go as crazy over these things as a lot of us do digging into numbers. I'll say this. A couple of conflicting arguments for the Colorado Rockies tonight. Number one, the biggest concern in this game is the blister problem on Kyle Freeland's throwing hand. That's why he got bashed around last game. That's why he wasn't too good before he got pulled the game before. He's downplaying it, says the blister is fine. We're going to find out first inning against a lineup like this, whether he's fine or not. The good side, the positive side to Colorado is David Dahl comes back to the lineup tonight. They've played without him, arguably their best pure hitter on that team, Nolan Arenado aside. And so the lineup gets a little bit bolstered here. Phillies bullpen, you're always worried. David Robertson already on the injured list. And, they have a closer by committee. They only have one effective lefty out of that bullpen, Adam Morgan. He's pitched 3 of the last 4 nights. You might not see him here in Coors today. So, again, you go back and forth with these numbers. Rockies only scored 21 runs in their home games so far this season. It's the worst in the NL right now, but that'll change. We all know that. I'm a little bit torn on both sides here. I'd love to just be proactive and bet against this blister problem on Freeland's throwing hand, but been burned by those situations before, so without knowing the severity of it, I'll have to lay off.
Seattle against the Angels. I mean, Seattle is on a little bit of a free fall right now, but they're still up good money for their betting clients. And the Angels 8-10 on the season. Rob, I go to you first on this game. The Angels are 4-14 to the under. Only 4 games have gone over the total. Seattle is playing to this stone cold under as well. Put up a duck against Cleveland last game, then a 2, then a 4, then a 2, then a 1. Seattle's lost 6 games in a row. They're on the road. They're a very short dog at plus 105. The over and under here is 9.5, 10. And I mean, to me, it's like if it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm playing the under again.
Yeah, and potentially a ticket casher there, Prez. I think if you were not going to play under, your reasoning would be can't trust either starting pitcher.
You couldn't trust either yesterday also. So, I mean, it's
very, very true. Both teams on a little bit of travel, but not extensive travel. The Angel team is funny, right? They lose Mike Trout. They go 4-1 against the Cubs in Milwaukee. Mike Trout comes back. They get swept by Texas. Obviously, that's more a mirage than anything else. But here, I know that Stratton's not going to make it through 6. Felix is probably not going to make it through 6. Seattle's become more of what we thought they were going to be preseason, which is a, to use an old term, punch and Judy type lineup. They got a bunch of power early on, which wasn't going to continue. They're built upon speed, running the bases, scoring runs that way. So you're not going to get a lot of runs out of them when they go into these slumps. So I can understand the underside here. Don't prefer either starting pitcher. Don't like the Angel bullpen whatsoever. And the fact that Cam Bedrosian is overworked makes it even worse for me. I might, if I had enough guts, I'd look towards King Felix. He's been pretty good in 2 of 3 outings so far this year, but I can't trust him. Neither starting pitcher is trustable here. I can't even think of a 5-inning play, to tell you the truth, guys. So we'll see how it goes, but like a lot of this card, just another game that I'm uninterested in.
Baby Blue Drew.
All right, Prez. This game on the West Coast at night. I mean, the ball doesn't travel. Speaks to both of these two teams. Under as far as the totals go. So I would actually look to keep that trend going. Look towards the under. It's another thing I haven't bet yet. A lot of what Robbie said as far as trusting both of these pitchers. I have a fade Felix Hernandez at all costs. I'm not looking to bet on him. The velocity just isn't there. He's going to get hit around at some point. It's just, can the Angels lineup do that? And Stratton on the other side, he's a pitcher that I haven't seen a lot this year, but just going from his numbers, not making it out of the 5th inning, I don't believe yet. So him getting into the 6 is a stretch. If you made me bet it, I'd be on the under at 10, which we can find right now, but I haven't touched it yet.
Here we have another team, 4-13 to the under, the Cincinnati Reds. And man, 2-3 years ago, this Cincinnati offense was unstoppable. Now they can't score a run. They're on the road playing against San Diego tonight. San Diego is 11-8 to start the season, and we speak about this a lot. We see the San Diego team as a team to bet on. But I will say this, guys. We saw a lot of runs from San Diego at the beginning of the season. They put up a 7 against Arizona, a 6 against San Fran, a 5 against Arizona, 4 against Arizona, etc., etc. I think this team is going to play to the under all year, and I think that's where we should automatically look on a regular basis. Cincinnati is clearly an under team, a 2-1-3 in their last 3 games. But it's 7.5. There ain't no way I'm playing the under in this game, especially with Paddock's had a great start. 3-0, 1.29 ERA. He's a good pitcher, but that is not how his numbers are going to end at the end of the year. Rourke is a disaster. San Diego at minus 180. I mean, maybe this, Robin, I go to you. Maybe this is one of those spots where it's San Diego minus 1.5 for nothing.
Yeah, well, there's been a betting infatuation with Chris Paddock since he took the hill for the first time. Obviously highly touted. A lot of good things said about him. I'll agree with you, Prez, on the point that I don't think his numbers are going to end up where they are right now. This is a guy who's throwing 2 pitches. Okay, your first time through major league lineups with only 2 pitches, a fastball and a changeup, clocks in at 94. Changeup comes in at 84, but when 90% of your pitches are only two, no two-pitch pitcher exists as a starter for long in this league. Lineups will see him once, they'll catch up to him, they'll go from there. Right now, you can trust that he's surprising people first time around. Maybe that happens here to Cincinnati. On the point about Cincinnati, preseason, with the off-season moves that they made, a lot of people expected this offense to be dynamite. You get Yasiel Puig, you get Matt Kemp, you add that to Joey Votto and Suarez and all these other guys. And the problem with them, in my mind, or at least one of the reasons why they're not scoring, is the change in hitting coach. Talked about it before with Turner Ward, who came from the Dodgers. The Dodgers, how about this? They go to the World Series last year and can their batting coach. Tells you a little something. He preaches launch angle. He ruined Chris Taylor as a Dodger hitter, swinging for home runs instead of just making contact. And now he's over at Cincinnati preaching the same thing, and you just rattled off their run totals. They're not scoring. They're a true three-outcome team, strikeout, walk, home run, one or the other. Granted, they're without Scooter Gennett right now, but I think they're an under team at this point. Their bullpen's a mess. Raisel Iglesias is going to lose his closer position. Right now, they're going to committee. Iglesias is the guy who gave up the walk-off to Jock Peterson the other night. And on the other end with San Diego, you take a lead into the ninth. Kirby Yates is a slam dunk nowadays. 9 saves already, 0.90 whip, 17 Ks to 3 walks. San Diego's got a lot more going for them right now than Cincinnati. $1.80 is extremely expensive, and in my philosophy of run line betting, at this point, do I play San Diego and lay 1.5 predicated on the fact that since he can't score, or do I shy away because San Diego right now is still not an offensive juggernaut? So it leaves me in a bit of a quandary here.
It's a great point, Rob. Drew, any quick thoughts, and then the show's done.
Yeah, I was just going to say, great point on the hitting coach. I was wondering what was up there with Cincinnati, and that makes a lot of sense as far as the 3 outcomes. And when they go in a slump, they just can't score. Paddock, to your point that he's a two-pitch pitcher, and you see it. I mean, he doesn't make it past the 5th inning all year long, so you can't look for that tonight either. Likely going to get into the bullpen, so that's something that would keep me off of betting this under. And I definitely don't want to take an over with these two, especially Cincinnati's lineup in Petco Park at night. And I guess the only question to taking San Diego on the run line now, since it's been bet up so much, is they're the home team, a 1-run game. I don't necessarily like laying run lines with the home team.
Yeah, nobody does. You lose that 9th inning. Guys, thanks so much, both of you, for being on the show. Listeners, Drew 59 for 7 days of Drew's plays. Veno, Veno, for 7 days of Rob Veno's plays over at sportsmemo.com. We'll have you both on again next week. Really enjoyed the show. Thanks for everything. And everybody, make sure to listen to Puck Time today with me, Carmine, and Alex. And Marco, the big man, D'Angelo on Morning Joe to talk NBA. Later, boys. Thanks so much, and be well.
All right, thank you, Prez.
Thanks, Prez.